Hey YouTube, never actually done a video like this before, but I wanted to show off my custom Invincible. As you can see there, I know I need to do stitching in the back or super glue that, but I wanted to show you how I made my Invincible under $100. Now, the thing about a custom is you can either, spend your money to make it easier, or when you try and save money, it's gonna get harder. It's very much like a scale like that. I mean, you can have someone do a $200, they completely do your action figure for you, or you can try and do it cheaper and do it yourself. But with that comes a lot more skill, and you're gonna have to do it yourself. So this is how I did it, and this is one of like my second custom only. So it's not, you don't need to be a master in doing this for 10 years to get this custom to look like this. Here is the head sculpt. I'm definitely gonna do another paint job, but as you can see, I have some blue in there, some black. I did the ears, that's why they look terrible. I mean, they don't look half bad, but they're not, crazy. I think I'm also gonna put some gloss over the eyes. I tried doing that, but it didn't really come off. But yeah, here's my Invincible, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. So with the first thing, the probably most expensive purchase of this whole figure will be the suit, the cloth goods suit. You can find this on eBay from, his name is CF Charles, I'm pretty sure. If you just look up Invincible suit, it's very obvious which one. He's like the only one that can make them this good. So that's where you're gonna head first. Go to eBay and pick yourself up one of his cloth goods suits. Now the actual base for this figure, I'm gonna let you get a guess. That's a hint. Go down in the comments, let me know who you think this figure is. I'm gonna tell you, but all right, yeah. So the base figure is actually Loki. This Loki right here, that's one of the various factors is gonna help put this figure underneath $100. I just looked up on Walmart. It is $14 right now, and I've seen this in Ross for like $6. So if you get lucky, you find it at Ross for $6, or if you want to try and find a cheap deal, I know there's probably a body for it on Amazon. This is a very inexpensive figure, and it got this out of it. So what you're gonna do is it comes with two heads. I think what I'm gonna do actually is turn this into a sinister mark. So definitely I could see it. Cover up the eyes, gonna be smiling, sinister mark. Pick up that suit, but this is for later. I just use this angry head because that's what it kind of looks like in the season 2 promotional. He has this he has this scowl, and he's like posing and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do for that. And here's the articulation, just a basic Marvel Legends articulation. But yeah, so you're gonna wanna pick up that Loki, and then that's the first step. Another thing you're gonna want it to do is pick up an X-Acto knife. It doesn't need to be a specific brand. I got mine at a dollar store for $1.25. You're gonna need an X-Acto knife to cut off the horns and cut off the hair piece, and I trimmed down the eyebrows as well. I trimmed them down just a little bit, and that's what I did here. And then another huge thing, this is specifically what I use, but there's plenty out there. You need an epoxy sculpt to get all the sculpting in. This was $10 last time I checked on Amazon. So that's $10 there. You have, it's gonna be $30 for the suit, $10, maybe $14 for the Loki, or if you find it cheap, and then $10 here as well. So that brings us at 30 for the suit, 30 for the suit, 15 maybe, let's just go to 10. And then, so we're at $50, and we almost have everything we need for the suit, the figure, and the milliput. Now the last thing you're gonna need, and this part very much varies to your preference, so is the paint. Now what I got is this, I bought this model color set, and it's for miniatures. This is from, yeah, just, if you look up model color set, you'll probably look it up on Amazon. This is it, colors for models at Vallejo. Now, the colors I used to actually get my Invincible looking the way he looks right now. I didn't even fully use that. I used this too. Not just that. I used basic acrylic paint from the store for that, and this white one too. Now, the thing is, your paint is really up to you and how you look. For starters, if you want, I just like for example, what I mean by that is, for the face, you can do a really simple face. Let me show you here. Like, you can just use light flesh. If you just want it to look like that, that comic book look, just really flat. For my face, I could put a little bit more realism into it. Like, this is what the skin tone looked like at first, and this is what it looks like now. And that was a mix of a lot of different colors. I used the skin tone, the light flesh, I used the sunny skin tone, and then I used this white and this rose. No, I used, yeah, this and this. This was for like the lips, so you're gonna use a lot of water. I'm gonna put a link in the videos to the people who inspired me to make this custom. So yeah, for the paint job, I use this, and this on the lips, and for like the red rose highlights, and I used a lot of water for that. And then just to get the basic skin tone, I used these. But that's why it's really up to you and how much you want to spend. So the rest of the $50 in your $100 budget to make your Invincible is gonna go to paint. Now, I would say you should probably, I spend a lot because I know I'm gonna be making more customs in the future. That's why I got this whole set. But if you're just gonna be trying to make an Invincible, then you really only need a skin color, and you're gonna need something to make your yellow. And where is my other paint? For the other hard part about this custom was the legs. This was probably the hardest part, getting these legs. So for that, I used this acrylic paint. I used this from Too Many Color. It's like light blue. Look, it's sky blue. I used that and I mixed it with some white to get the light blue Invincible color. Now, before you paint, what I did to make sure it's not rubbing off, you can already see some rub, so that's why, you know, I'm not super experienced. There's some paint rub. You know, nothing's perfect, but I love how this came out. I used a primer. This is what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a primer, same company as this. You're gonna need, I got metal gray. This was, I think, $7. So we're at $70 with the paint. You're gonna need a primer. That brings it to $80. And I also got a clear gloss coat. This was like $10 too, $14. So that will bring it to about $100. Now, you can also, what you're gonna need obviously for painting, paint brushes. These are gonna vary. You can find some at the dollar store, at Ross, your cheap, you know, store. Everyone has paint brushes usually. These can be literally $20 or they can be $5. So that doesn't really matter. Now, I do also have some thin brushes. I got these specifically from Amazon. These were only $7. But you don't need this type of stuff. You can always be creative, and that's what I was talking about. You can either have someone do it for $200 or you can do it yourself for $5. You can use a needle like this. This was $1 at Dollar Tree again, to buy wire like that, and or a toothpick or a sewing needle. You don't need the expensive stuff to be able to be a customizer. You just need creativity. So that is my Invincible. Gonna stitch that or super glue it. And if you guys want me to do a video actually making the custom, like for example, how I made the hair, Let me see if I have something sampled nearby. Where's that little red dot? There it is. So I took some Sculpt. This isn't Sculpt, this is just clay from Crayola, but it's not gonna dry, so I just rolled it. Got it really thin, and like obviously gonna like size it to his head shape so it would only be like that much. Then I put it on, but that's not how you're gonna wanna leave it. You're gonna wanna use that X-Acto knife I was talking about earlier after you put it on. And then you're gonna wanna like cut it like in rows. So you're gonna wanna like cut it in half. And I did that about like 9 times over his whole head. I put the little roll, then I cut it in half. And as you can see, it really brings a nice detail into the figure. So yeah, that is my custom Invincible. I think it came out really great. Here's some size comparisons. He's kind of tall. It's not very like teenage Invincible. It's kind of big. So here's next to my Mafex Batman. Here he is next to his favorite crossover buddy, Spider-Man. And this guy is pretty small, so Invincible's kind of towering over him. Here he is next to Megatron. I'm gonna do a stop motion with these two. Be tuned in that for the future. Here's he next to Hulk. Batman down. Let me get another Marvel Legend that's a bit more standard size. 1 second. Here he is next to Captain America. Captain's posing right now. And bam, that is my Invincible custom. I'm going to probably use these hands from WWE figure AJ Styles, paint them, and then these are going to be flight hands. Come out. Yeah, they look a little wonky, but I think they'll be fine. So use those as flight hands, and then I'm really gonna have a killer Invincible. All under $100. Now that can vary. You can spend a little bit more than I did. I spent a lot more because I'll tell you later at the end of the video. But if I were to just be making Invincible, then it would probably be less than $100. And I think it came out great. I didn't have to do as much paint work. See, the boots aren't even painted. That's the primer I was talking about. You can use the primer so that the paint sticks and doesn't rub everywhere. And yeah, that is going to the conclusion of my video. That's a nice Invincible. Paint isn't going everywhere. It doesn't look, incredibly crappy, I would hope to think. And for expensive figures, for a figure that doesn't have its own release, something like this is going to kind of get expensive because you have to build everything yourself. This guy was literally about the same price, so take that in how you will. If you want to spend, some money on your action figures, then I suggest going down this route. And there are cheaper Marvel Legends you can buy for your base. You just might have to do a bit more painting. Loki's already has yellow wrists, and he already has a yellow neck, so I didn't have to do any painting there. He had a nice face sculpt, easy things, and he already had mask detailing. That's another thing. So if you're gonna base your Marvel Legends on someone else, try and pick someone who has already a lot of the similarities. Like before doing this, I was thinking about doing Speedball. There's a Human Torch who has light blue boots. And just kind of, if you're going to do your customs, think about those things. I think Human Torch would make a bit good one, though. The modern Human Torch, I don't know how much expensive he is now, but he would be a good base. This Invincible is kind of chunky, but I don't mind that. He's a beefy Invincible. But if you want to see me do a video actually making the custom, show a lot of support and like this video, and we will definitely have something in store for that. Everyone, yeah, that's what can happen. So show me some support and I will do a video actually sculpting, doing the work on the figure in the video. Smash that like button, like this guy gets destroyed in almost every episode. Peace out, have a good one.
Wait, don't actually leave yet. Here's a shopping cart, just so you can see how much it would add up to. Now, the paint that I got was like $30, but that's just like paint in general. If you're going to spend your paint, it's going to be $30. To get that price, that's what it's going to end up being. And then this is the price of the suit that I got from eBay, total order.